Words of Sri Aurobindo from the book The Mother, from the collective works of Sri Aurobindo, volume 32, page 463, topic Telling the Whole Truth. Sri Aurobindo says, the unwillingness to tell the whole truth, the wish to conceal or justify things is another general trait of human nature, which is common in the ashram too. It is perfectly true that to do that is to stand in the way of one's own progress, but the lower nature is strong and overcomes the buddhi. People also think that the mother will not know if they do not tell, or at least she won't know the physical facts even if she can read the inner moments. They prefer to conceal or else to write in such a way that they may stand well in their eyes. This weakness, says Sri Aurobindo, this weakness, like others, can only go by the growth of the psychic and its taking hold of the mind and the vital, so that they will not be able to hide from themselves their own wrong moments or try to hide them from the mother. Date 30th Jan 1936. Next topic, psychic relation with the mother. Sri Aurobindo says, your dream was certainly not a mere dream or an imagination, but true experience. It expressed the relation between your psychic being and the mother. That relation is always there. It is prevented from filling up the whole vital and physical consciousness by the whole habitual movements that return upon the lower vital and physical, and by the ascent some part of the mind, when it is obscured, gives to these movements. Do not allow your mind, says our Lord Sri Aurobindo, do not allow your mind to give this assent, and do not allow any demand to rise in your vital, for it is usually some vital demand or a disappointment of demand that is the occasion of these returns. The whole mental, vital and physical consciousness will then begin to be filled with the permanent relation which is natural to the psychic part of you. Then there would be no serious difficulty or disturbing struggle. 26th April 1932. Question. Throughout the day, my vital has swept. It feels that the mother is unsympathetic to me and laments that is deprived of her affection. It stumbles at her silence, it shrinks at her neglect. For this, Sri Aurobindo says, all that is simply the ungenerated vital which is full of ego and desire and demand, and therefore of dissatisfaction, complaint, false ideas and self-made sorrow. Question. But there is another moment in me which wants to avoid all such sorrows and joys and just depend on the mother. It does not want anything from her, but wants to give itself to her and prays to her to come down and uplift it. This moment is in the heart. Its principal feature is surrender. For the Sri Aurobindo says, what you write here is an exact description of the psychic being and its relation to the Divine Mother. That is the true relation. If you want to succeed in this yoga, you must take your stand on the psychic relation and reject the egoistic vital moment. The psychic being coming to the front and staying there is a decisive moment in the yoga. It is that which happened when you saw the mother last. The psychic being came in front, but you must keep it always in front. You will not be able to do that if you listen to the vital ego and its outcries. It is by faith, says Sri Aurobindo, it is by faith and surrender and the joy of pure self-giving, the psychic attitude, that one grows into the truth and becomes united with the divine. Date 26th Feb 1933. Question. You wrote that when I saw mother last time, my psychic being was in the front. For the Sri Aurobindo says, no, I said it came out as a result of your last coming to the mother. I meant by that what mother put there. It is evident to me afterwards by your condition. For this, the devotee says, now I remember my inner state at the time, but I do not recall anything special in it. When I met mother, I was simply quiet and a little dependent on her. For this, Sri Aurobindo says, that was enough to allow the mother to work. It is when the vital demands, complaints, become sorrowful and tragic that difficulty is created. 27th Feb 1933. Question: how can I know the mother's will? If I feel that it is inconvenient to do something, does it mean that it is against her will? For the Sri Aurobindo says, how can your convenience or inconvenience be the indication of the mother's will? You have to develop the psychic feeling which distinguishes the truth from falsehood, the divine from the undivine. 11th April 1933. Question: do love and faith have the same meaning? I feel that where there is faith in the mother, love is also there. Without faith, there is no love. Without love, there is no faith. Am I right? For the Sri Aurobindo says, not always. There are plenty of people who have some faith without love, though they may have a certain kind of mental bhakti, and plenty who have love but no faith. But it is the true psychic love, then faith goes with it. And if there is entire faith, then the psychic love becomes soon awake. Question: speaking with X, I said, where there is faith in the mother, there is love as well. For the Sri Aurobindo says, you are right. If it is the soul's faith, the soul's love, but in some there is only a vital feeling, and that brings when it is disappointed, revolt, anger, they go away. 8th May 1933. Question: what kind of feeling is that gets satisfaction and ananda only in seeing the mother? Sri Aurobindo says it is psychic. What kind of feeling is the next question? What kind of feeling is that gets satisfaction and ananda only in remembering the mother? It's psychic. And in only hearing anything against the mother? It is psychic. What kind of feeling is that gives a wound in the heart on hearing anything against the mother? Psychic. What kind of feeling is it that one makes one feel the mother's presence in the heart even though one is physically far from her? Psychic. How shall I be able to judge that I am in full state of psychic love? By the absence of ego, by pure devotion, by submission and surrender to the divine. 9th May 1933. Question: when all is calm and quiet, I feel a depth in my heart, a sweet feeling wells out constantly, equally for all. It goes up to the mother continuously. There is a sense of sweet relation with the divine. It softens all the being. It is calm, quiet, full of sweet peace and satisfaction. For the Sri Aurobindo says that is psychic love. 26th October 1933. From the morning is the next question. From the morning there has been a feeling of nearness to the mother, almost as if there were no difference between us. But how can that be possible, as there is such a great gulf between her and me? I am on the mental plane and she is on the supramental. For the Sri Aurobindo says, but the mother is there not on the supramental but on all the planes, and especially she is close to everyone in the psychic part, which is the inner heart. So, when that opens, the feeling of nearness naturally comes. Question: why do I not feel love and ananda every time I see the mother? For the Sri Aurobindo says, as for love and ananda, it depends on the psychic coming up. Question: for 2 days there was an intense love for the mother, for you. The whole meaning or the whole being was possessed with this love. Then there was only a partial effect of it, a high and deep reverence for the master and the mother, and a happiness that no worldly pleasure can give. For the Sri Aurobindo says that was obviously psychic. Question: I often mark that when an inner love springs out for the divinity, tears follow. For the Sri Aurobindo says these are the psychic tears of devotion. Question: a visitor was leaving the ashram today. When the mother finished the pranam ceremony and began to go up the stairs, this lady began to weep. Was it due to her psychic coming in front for a while? For the Sri Aurobindo says it is not a question of the psychic coming in front. She has a psychic being which is awake and has long been in connection with the mother on the inner plane. Next question. During my turn at the darshan, the consciousness was simply held in a spell and thrilled. It was quite wonderful and brought my psychic in front. What is this thrill that passes through my whole body and makes me feel still for a time? Sri Aurobindo says, of course, it is the thrill of the mother's touch, coming from above and felt by the psychic and the vital together. Question: can there be a conscious contact with the mother through the psychic being in the heart before the psychic comes forward fully? Sri Aurobindo says, yes, the psychic is always there. Sri Aurobindo says that which calls is your own psychic being, whose place is deep inside behind the heart center. Many people feel at times the call for the mother going on from there. It comes more easily in sleep or in a half waking condition because then the surface mind is not active. So that what is going on within in the inner being can manifest in itself. These are the words of our Lord Sri Aurobindo.